Hello everyone, good morning all of you. Today we will be learning about primary market. Before learning about primary market, let us recall what we have learned up till now. We started with financial market, in which we learned that financial market means a market which creates as well as exchanges financial assets. And financial market is of two types. One is money market, another is capital market. Money market is the short term market which deals in securities which you may say is up to the period of 1 year. Whereas when we talk about capital market, it deals in long term securities. That means those securities which extend beyond the period of 1 year, they are dealt in the capital market. And capital market is of two types. One is the primary market and another is the secondary market. Primary market is also termed as new issue market. Why it is termed as new issue market? Sometimes indirect question may be asked, which market is called the new issue market? It is the primary market, because primary market is the market in which the securities, long term securities, they are issued for the first time. And if they are issued for the first time, it may be by new company or it may be by existing company. If the new company wants to come into existence by issue of securities for the first time, it may come into existence. And also by the existing securities, existing companies, if it wants to expand its operation, if it wants to diversify, if it wants to modernize, then it may go for the first time for the issue of securities. And that is why if such types of securities are issued, it is long term securities are issued, it is in the primary market. So primary market is termed as new issue market. Let us learn about the features, specific features or characteristics of primary market. Already I have talked about it. The first feature says the securities are issued for the first time, and these securities may be issued for the first time for setting new company. The securities may be floated in the market so that the new company may come into existence, or for expansion of the existing company, or for diversification, or for modernization. So for these purposes we see that the securities, they are issued for the first time. Very, very important. Second, these primary market, it mobilizes funds from the households who are the savers and channelizes those funds to the business firms who are the investors. And in this way we see that the resources, they are productively used for economic development. Third feature, the main participants of the primary market are banks, financial institutions, insurance companies, mutual funds and individuals. So there can be institutional investors and there can also be individual investment in primary market. In the last lecture, when we were talking about the differences between money market and capital market, we learned that in capital market, because the cost of securities is generally low, that is why it is possible for individual investors also to invest in the securities. So not only the institutions but also the individuals, they are the participant in the capital market. We have to understand that. So banks, financial institutions, insurance companies, these are all institutional investment. When we talk about individuals, it is individual investment. Major instruments, we have learned the instruments may be in the form of debt or in the form of equity in case of capital market. and primary market is a part of capital market. So major instruments for raising funds are preference shares, equity shares, debentures, loans, or public deposits. So these are the 5 types of instruments which are traded in primary market. Now we will be learning about the methods of flotation in primary market. It is often from this part we see that questions they are asked in the board exam. So you have to prepare these methods of flotation. How there can be issue of new securities through primary market, what are the various ways through which the securities they are floated in the primary market, that we are going to learn. So the first is offer through prospectus. The first method of flotation in primary market is offer through prospectus. So what is prospectus? Prospectus basically is a legal document which the public limited companies they have to prepare, and this document is prepared for providing invitation to the public to subscribe to the shares and debentures of the company. So what we see is that when this offer to subscribe to the shares and debentures or to the securities of the company, it is given directly to the people, it is given through prospectus. Direct offer, if it has to be given to the people to subscribe to the securities of the company, which may be in the form of shares, debentures, so it is always through a legal document which is called prospectus, and this is the most commonly used method of flotation in the primary market. Another question may be raised. Name the most commonly used method of flotation in the primary market. So it is the prospectus. So this legal document is in the form of circular or advertisement or notice of invitation, which is given to the general public, and once they read that, all the information related to the issue of the securities that is provided, so that the decision may be taken if someone wants to invest in the securities. But this legal document, it has to be drafted as per the provisions of the Companies Act and also SEBI disclosure and investors protection. Always this has to be kept in mind whenever this legal document in the form of prospectus is drafted. It should not violate the Companies Act or SEBI regulations. It should be as per the SEBI regulations and Companies Act, so that there can be proper protection of investors' funds. And this advertisement, it is published in print media and electronic media. If a company wants to utilize both the medias, it can go for both the medias or either of them. They can just, it is a way to inform the public so that they can get the proper details related with it and they can take decision if they want to invest. Also, an application should be given for underwriting of securities, because once it has been decided that the public issue or the public offer of securities have to be done, then there should also be always an offer for underwriting securities, and also application for listing of securities in at least one stock exchange is compulsory, because only through stock exchanges we see that if the company wants to deal, or you may say issue its securities online, it is through the stock exchanges that online issue of securities can be done. That is why there is need for listing of securities in at least one stock exchanges. So these are some of the legal formalities which has to be fulfilled if a company wants to offer securities uh, to the general public directly through prospectus. So this was the first way, and this is the most commonly used way through which we see that offer is provided to the people, to the public. The second is offer for sale. Now, first offer through prospectus, we had learned that direct offer is made to the public through this legal document prospectus. When we talk about offer for sale, here we see that securities are not directly issued. This is very, very important. Not directly issued to the public, but it is offered for sale through intermediaries. And who can be the intermediaries? The intermediaries like issuing houses or stock brokers. So here we see that offer is provided to the people, to the general public, but it is not done directly. It is done indirectly through intermediaries, and those intermediaries may be issuing houses or stock broker. And in this case, always the flotation takes place in two stages. Very, very important in case of offer for sale. The first stage is the companies at an agreed price en bloc the securities to the brokers. En bloc means collectively all the securities, they are at an agreed price. The company, first of all, it provides the securities to the intermediaries who may be the brokers. Secondly, the brokers, they offer the securities to the public for general investment. So we see that the intermediaries, they only offer the securities to the public. It is not offered directly by the company. In the first case, the company directly offers the securities to the public. Here, it is offered through intermediaries who may be brokers or it may be the issuing houses. For example, X Limited is a company sold 5 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each at the rate of 12 per share to investment bank, for example, banker. So investment banker here is the intermediary who offered it to public at the rate of 20 per share. So in this way we see that through the intermediaries the offer is made to the public for sale of securities. The third is private placement. In case of offer through prospectus, we see that it proves to be an expensive procedure and the company may not want to go for offering the securities through prospectus because so many legal documents and formalities have to be done. Also, it may not want to involve the intermediaries, and in that case, if it wants to go for faster, easier and less expensive way of flotation of securities, it may go for private placement. Here we see that privately the securities are issued to some institutional investors and selected individuals. When privately it is issued, there is no need for any such documents to be prepared or involve any intermediaries and have a negotiation with them. Directly we see that to selected individuals or to institutional investors, it may take decisions to float its securities. So this method will always be faster, easier and less expensive as compared to the other two which we have talked. So third way. The fourth is the rights issue. Now once the securities, they are floated in the primary market, privilege is given to the existing shareholders to subscribe to the new issue of securities. First of all, and this is what is rights issue. Those who are the existing shareholders, they are offered to subscribe to the new issue of securities in proportion to the number of shares they already possess. Always this is kept in mind. So if sometimes we see that if the shareholders will not feel to dilute their rights, automatically they will be willing to purchase the shares of their company if they are given that offer. So that offer is provided to them in proportion to the number of shares they already possess. So they have the privilege, they have the first right to subscribe to the securities being offered to the public. Before that, they are given this privilege. So this is what is called a rights issue. Finally, we have eIPOs. E means electronic initial public offers. Companies which are desirous of issuing securities online. Earlier also in the features we had learned that companies may give an offer to the public through various medias. Those medias may be print media or it may be electronic media. There are companies which are desirous of offering the securities in an electronic manner. That means online. And for that, if it has got prior agreement with the stock exchanges, it can go for online, you may say, floating of securities through stock exchanges. And that is what is called electronic IPOs. So companies which feel to issue securities electronically with prior agreement with stock exchange is called electronic IPOs. For this, there are certain steps which the companies will have to follow. The process through which electronic IPOs can be done by the companies which wants to float its securities in the primary market are, first of all, the SEBI registered brokers have to be appointed for this. And these SEBI registered brokers, they will be accepting applications and they will be placing orders with the company. So appointment of SEBI registered brokers to accept application and to place orders with the company. Second is the issuer company has to appoint registrar to the issue having electronic connectivity with the stock exchange. So first was appointment of brokers, second was appointment of a registrar, because registrar can only deal with the registration process and all those formalities which is required, and registrar should have electronic connectivity with the stock exchange to be properly informed. Third is the issuer company has the option to apply for listing of securities in any other stock exchange as well besides the one through which it has offered its securities. So first of all, we had learned while we were talking about electronic IPOs that before going for electronically flotation of securities in the primary market, the companies, they have to make prior agreement with the stock exchange for flotation. So if the company feels that it wants to list its securities in any other stock exchange besides the one with which it has made prior agreement, it can go for it. So that is also permitted. The third. And the fourth, all the activities of the intermediaries related to the online issue is coordinated through lead manager to the issue. There are different intermediaries which are involved in this process, and the work of the intermediaries that has to be properly coordinated so that the smooth, you may say, procedure may be carried out. And for this we see that lead manager, that is also appointed by the company to coordinate and synchronize all the activities related with the different intermediaries to the issue of securities. With this, we have completed the primary market, the meaning of primary market, the features of primary market, and also the methods of flotation in primary market. So we have to understand it. In the next lecture, we will be talking about the secondary market and also learn about the differences between primary and secondary market. For today, we end here. Thank you all of you.